BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey guys, Rob from Georgia here with you. This week 277. I'm your Wednesday evening host here at BodyBags. Man, it is random week, and so I've kind of gone into the archives a little bit and pulled out an old movie that I have fond memories of watching the TV spots as they were back in the day on probably my 25-inch console TV. For those of you out there, you'll remember those days well, probably. But Silent Scream, man, from 1979, Denny Harris's only film, which is sort of kind of weird. And I'm not really sure why it is. I didn't look a whole lot. But it is a semi-worthy contribution to the early movies we saw, were the slasher movement here in the United States. And I do have fond memories of the TV spots. I can't remember when it is I finally saw this film, if I did early in my youth, but those TV spots, man, had me spooked. You got this is the Scorpion release of it. Just an absolutely beautiful release, beautiful slipcover. Scorpion always does a great job. Alternative cover art, as you can see behind me, just loaded with a bunch of stuff. And this is an interesting movie. Now, again, I got fond memories of the glimpses of it that I got as a kid. And so being able to revisit it now, so far into the game, I really wondered what I would think of it. And it really took me about the third time in on revisiting that I really started to appreciate what was trying to be done here. And we'll get to that here in a sec, but this cast is led by Rebecca Balding, who plays Scotty. She has a bunch of friends, a few friends here. She plays a girl that is a college girl who kind of arrives at town late, and there's no more space at college for campus housing, so she's directed to go out to any number of places locally. And the place that she arrives at, of course, is this lonely mansion on the cliff of the ocean side. And what's really cool is the other night, actually last night, when I was revisiting it for the third time in probably a week, I noticed something. When Scotty is approaching the house, I thought to myself, I've seen this house before. And as she wanders up the steps and she begins to knock on the door and there's no answer, and eventually she moves to her right to where the main window is, and she goes to knock on the window. I'm like, there you go, it's Spider Baby. It's got to be Spider Baby. This is the same house that they used in Spider Baby. And so I went and dug a little bit, and it didn't take me long, and it was in fact the Smith Estate out in Highland Park, Los Angeles. They used it for the exterior shot on both Spider Baby as well as here in Silent Scream. The interiors are, of course, all different, but the exterior. And the house, of course, is totally removed from the rest of the scenery that we get in Silent Scream, being right on the ocean side. And so really the editing here is absolutely phenomenal in terms of creating a fluid environment that really does make a lot of sense. And Edward Salier, who is the editor, he's known for other movies such as Alice Sweet Alice, The Slayer in 82, The Last Horror Film. So he's been around a little bit. But what a phenomenal job in editing. And the cinematography really may be the strength of this film. What you get inside the house and the interiors and along some of the hidden passageways. This has got like that old Gothic feel at points. Where, so of course Barbara Steele's in it, right? And so you got hidden passageways no one knows about in this old mansion. And as the camera follows like Scotty on this one pivotal scene up through, it creates a very tightened sort of just a feel. And so, really, probably I would say, yeah, the way they shot this film. And this film is interesting because initially it was almost shelved, but then it was sort of brought back to life, and the Wheat Brothers, who are known for things like Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Fly 2, even Pitch Black, they were brought in to basically salvage this film, save it. And they had also went ahead and got them to reshoot much of this film. And so really what you have here in the final product is a very imperfect film, but quite frankly edited quite well, shot quite well. The composition, Halloway, or Kellaway, who does the music, is known for things like Evil Speak back in '81. So you know, there is a bit of attachment here to other people who, I mean, worked in, completed, and had a hand in some other pretty cool things. But you know, when we meet Rebecca at the beginning of this, or should I say Scotty in the beginning, she arrives at this old mansion, and as she's trying to ascertain for herself a room, she meets Doris, who is another girl there, and then there are two guys there. I can't, the two names escape me. But there are two guys there, and so basically the one guy hooks up with Scotty, and of course Doris is hooked up with the other guy already. And then very quickly man, things begin to happen. And there's the one couple goes out onto the beach late at night, and of course they sort of separated from one another momentarily when the girl goes back to find her boyfriend. At least that's what you're led to believe. This sort of the relationship. He has been stabbed to death, and so that begins this mystery of what is happening. And one by one, you know, there is a killer amok within the framework of this old mansion, and there is a mystery that abounds that is actually pretty cool. There was another thing. I was saying, like, yeah, as a kid, you know, just thinking back at the old TV spots and stuff. I don't know why, but I always used to get, there's one kid in here. Yvonne Carlo, who plays Mrs. Engels, she is like the mother of the home, right? And she has a daughter and she has a boy. And there is a mystery though that involves this family that surrounds this tragedy that had taken place. But the boy, who is the young man who plays the son of Mrs. Engels, I don't know, he's got this weird, bizarre look about him. And I'm telling you, as a kid, I always used to think that the lead singer of the Cars, Rick Ocasek, was the guy in this movie. It's just, there was just moments where I would see from the, I don't know, trailers, TV spot or whatever, but I would see the two, and I would get the two interchangeably mixed up. I don't know why. It was just really super bizarre, because now that I watch it, I have no idea how I got these two mixed up. But as a kid, you do that kind of stuff, right? Sometimes. And so anyways, the killer, there is a killer who's run amok within this mansion. There is a mystery that begins to unfold. And I would say probably the moment that really shines the best is when Scotty, her friend Doris, who's down in the basement working on laundry, she has been gone for way too long. She goes down into the basement to see where her clothes are, and of course finds nothing. I think she might find some blood on the floor, but then she notices this passageway that goes up and through the walls, and a staircase that leads up. And I think with the cinematography, there is some of the best shots in the entire movie. Except for like just, you know, the exterior shots with the ocean side and everything, I always get a kick out of. But just this mystery of something has gone horribly wrong in this house with this family who has this very tragic past that is about to just break out upon those who are now temporarily residing in this place because they're college kids and they need a place to live. And so with that being said, it's just one of those movies where, yeah, I mean, you kind of get through and you sort of like, whatever. But it's one of those movies where if you just like really sort of think about and, think about it in its totality, it's what they were trying to do, and having salvaged this basically lost cause, now a real film that is here with us. There is a lot to admire here, especially Barbara Steele, of course, Rebecca Balding. She'd go out and be in the Boogans, and I believe her real-life husband directed that movie, if I'm not mistaken. Quite a bit of trivia is attached to this as well. It's kind of neat. So, I mean, there is a lot of amp reason to just check it out. And if you can check it out for free, especially check it out for free. But Scorpion put out a beautiful release out of it. And if you're just one into slashers and collect slashers, it is an early model of what that would become. And so, but it still has a bit of a tint of that old gothic, that old mystery, from the old, from the old days. I say some of the knife attacks were pretty awesome too, man. The blood isn't like overly gratuitous or anything like that. It just seems to have an old-fashioned vibe about it, which is kind of cool. I would say the end, as it unfolds, is it could have been tightened up a lot more. It could have been a lot stronger. In fact, I think they even begin to open up what is really happening here in the film way too early. I think a lot of it could have just been, find a way to put in a few more kills, heighten up the mystery, make you really wonder what's going on, and then really hold it for a great climax at the end. But it's not bad. It is not bad. 1979, a Denny Harris film, who of course died I think in 2005, unfortunately. And it's all he's really known for is this, which is unfortunate. So here on week 277, as it continues to unfold, definitely keep checking out each and every reviewer, each and every day, as we head closer to theme week at the end of this month, and of course December's about to fall upon us, which ought to be pretty cool, I hope. But we appreciate the support, the time you take just to sort of plug in and watch these reviews and comment and like and it's you, man. It's you. It's all of you guys. It's the only reason why BodyBags is even still around here in week 277. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. So with all that being said, my Bills are on TV today. Looking forward to that as they play the Cardinals, I think, at 4. So I'm looking forward to see what my Bills bring to the table today. Have a great rest of the week, and as always, we leave these things off with Go Bills.
This is not a dream.